Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our second game tonight in the Kearney's Coaches Fight for Cancer from Joe White Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Allen Hancock College, as the 16-8 Bulldogs host their conference rival Moorpark College. Bulldogs are 6-2 in the Western State Conference and control their destiny. Let's see how they can respond after a 1-point loss from Cuesta on Saturday at home. And Whalen will have the ball for the Bulldogs. Gets the screen from Osterreich. Bounce pass to Chase. It's hit out of bounds by Moorpark. It'll be Bulldog basketball. Bulldogs are coached by Coach Tyson I in his 10th season. Raiders are coached by Keith Higgins. Raiders come into this contest 14-11 on the season and 6-3 in the conference. As Osterreich puts up the basket, no good. Condra gets the board. And he'll also shoot the three, and it's good. Ben Condra gets the first field goal of the game. And Whalen dribbles inside, takes it to the basket. Windham will get the board for the Raiders. Pushes it to Chin. And Osterreich will get the board. Whalen up to Tavon Pierre-Louis. Bentley for three. Off the iron, and the Raiders recover. That was Benny Scheck with the board. And it'll be a blocking violation called against Whalen. First personal against Whalen. Jack Benny Scheck, a 6-foot freshman guard from Simi Valley High School, is the free throw shooter. He makes the first. And he'll sink them both. Moorpark off to a 5-0 lead early on. As Pierre-Louis will be the ball handler for the Bulldogs. Osterreich will set the screen as they try to find Chase in the corner, but it's a turnover. Moorpark coming into this game scoring 81 per contest. Bulldogs 74. And it'll be Stanazzo in the corner for three, no good. Chase gets the board. 2 minutes have gone by so far. And Chase gets it to Pierre-Louis. Swing it back to Chase. Dribbling against Condra, puts it up for the nice little floater. Vondre Chase puts the Bulldogs on the board. Moorpark 5, Hancock 2. As Jack Benny Scheck will put it up and in underneath the basket. Moorpark 7, Hancock 2. Whalen dribbles inside, loses control. Windham recovers. And Bentley will get the steal for the Bulldogs. He'll gain control of the rock. Bounce pass to Chase. Chase for three. And no good. Windham gets the board. Moorpark's over half court. They go inside to Benny Scheck. And Stanziano will pass it to Windham. Inside to Benny Scheck against Whalen. And no good. Whalen gets the board. Good defense in the post by Whalen. He passes it up to Chase. And Chase will draw the foul. That'll be Wyndham's first personal foul as Chase will go to the line to shoot 2. Vondre Chase, a 6'6" sophomore from Woodstock Academy High School. And he'll sink the first attempt. Bulldogs averaging 47% from the field this season as Chase sinks the second free throw. It'll be Windham over half court for the Raiders. Over to Condra, then to Benishek. He's underneath the basket. Stanziano up and in. As Pierre Lewis hits it to Whalen. Moorpark has a 5-point lead. Pierre Lewis with the ball now. As it goes off the face of Benishek. And Pierre Lewis will reset. Dribbles left, gets a screen from Ostrike. Triple teaming him underneath the post. Chase will take it to the basket, no good. And it'll be a shot clock violation by the Bulldogs. Raiders basketball. Stanziano will be the inbounder for Moorpark. And it'll be a Moorpark timeout. We're early on here, folks. Moorpark 9, Bulldogs 4. We'll be back after these commercial messages. You're listening to Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for Bulldog basketball. Raiders 9, Bulldogs 4. As Sydney Bowen checks in for the Bulldogs. Looks like there was a wet spot on the floor. Sydney Bowen, a 6'10" sophomore from Cabrillo High School. Local kid from Lompoc, California. As the Raiders are over half court, Benishek has the ball. And Windham for 3, no good. And it looks like a foul will go against Allen Hancock. Foul will go against Chase, his first personal, second team foul for the Bulldogs in this first half. As Staziano hits the three-pointer, putting Moorpark up by 8. 12-4, 15:20 to go in the first half. Whalen's over half court, bounce pass to Pierre Lewis. They go inside to Chase. He's underneath the basket. No good. Benishek on a fast break to Chin, and Chin will score. 5 minutes into the game now as Pierre Lewis will be the ball handler. He waves off Bowen, finds Chase, goes inside, puts it up, and no good. Bowen gets the rebound and makes the bucket. Sydney Bowen off the bench with 2 points. And Bulldogs within 8 now. Windham with the ball for the Raiders. Bounce pass to Condra. He'll go left, finds Chin, and Benishek underneath the basket. Bulldogs trail by 10 now early on. Raiders 16, Bulldogs 6. Whalen with the ball, goes inside. Turnaround jumper is good. What a nice, sweet move by Caleb Whalen. And the Bulldogs' deficit is cut to 8 now. As Stanziano puts it up, he gets the bucket. And Pierre Lewis will bring the ball up the court. As Coach I has 3 substitutions. Whalen for 3, and it's good. Whalen with a quick 5 points, cutting into this deficit, and the Bulldogs are within 7 now. And Windham with the ball for the Raiders. He'll go against Bentley. Tries to get it to Condra, but Chase pokes it out. As Craig Cogbera and Brooks II will check in for the Bulldogs. Bowen, Pierre Lewis, and Whalen will go to the bench. Condra to in, Brown. Gets it to Benishek. And now Chin will go inside. He runs into Craig, who will get called for the block. It'll be his first personal third-team foul for the Bulldogs. As they get it into Benishek. Jumper over Cogbera, no good. Brooks II gets the board. He's over half court. Dribbles left, top of the three-point line. Gets it to Chase. Chase dribbling left. And Moorpark recovers the ball. As Chin has the ball now. And Craig will get the block. And Windham will reset the Raider offense. Gets it to Benishek, over to Stanziano. For the long-range 3, no good. Cogbera gets the board. He'll be the ball handler. Hands it to Brooks II. They go inside to Craig. Posts up underneath the basket. Spin move. And up and in by Clevis Craig. Nice post work. Craig, a freshman, 6'9" forward from Richmond High School in Fort Wayne, Indianapolis. Good to have him down in here in Santa Maria. As Windham will draw the contact. And after a 10-point deficit, Bulldogs are within 5 now. As Cogbera gets his first personal of the contest, and Windham will go to the line to shoot 2. He'll make the first one. 11:53 to go in the first half. As Jamal Una Ukale from Chatsworth High School will check in for the Raiders. Windham misses the second. Cogbera gets the board. And Brooks II will be the ball carrier for the Bulldogs. Bounce pass to Cogbera. Gets the screen from Craig. No look pass to Bentley for 3. Ball's tipped. And Staziano now will move for the Raiders. Benishek has the ball now. As he'll take it all the way to the rim, and it's good. And Bulldogs have the ball now, trailing by 8 at home to the Raiders. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Osterreich goes to the scorer's table. Cogbera back to the basket. Chase for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Benishek up to Condra. Finds Windham. And Staziano for 3, and it's good. Chase inbounds to Bentley. as Brooks II will bring the ball up the court. Bulldogs trail by 11. And it's going to be a defensive foul. Let's see what the refs, let's see who they call it on. As that'll be Benishek's first foul as Osterreich, Asleson, and Whalen check back in. So does Pierre Lewis. Coach I making mostly a full team of substitutions here. Zachary Asleson seeing the floor for the first time tonight. A 6'4" sophomore guard from the Americas High School in El Paso, Texas. Whalen inside to Cogbera, 2 black shirts on him. He gives it to Asleson. Posts up, shoots it underneath the basket, no good. And Moorpark will recover the ball. Cogbera pokes it away. He's underneath the basket, puts it up and in. And he did that all by himself defensively and offensively. Condra to Staziano. And it'll be Yuna Kahula who elbowed Cogbera, but the foul will go against Cogbera. And the 5th team foul for the Bulldogs. As Coach I will immediately bring in Brooks II. Staziano, the inbounder to Benishek. In the corner for 3, back to Staziano, no good. Brooks II with the board. He's over half court, finds Whalen. And Benishek will get called for the foul. That'll be Benishek's 2nd foul and the 3rd team foul for the Raiders. As Winham will check back in for Benishek. Pierre Lewis, the inbounder. Bounce pass to Whalen. And it's blocked by Yuna Kahula. But it goes out of bounds and it'll stay Bulldog basketball. Refs confer for a moment. Moorpark 24, Bulldogs 15. 9:40 to go here in the first half of action. Pierre Lewis, the inbounder, gets it to Asleson. Swings it to Whalen. Finds Brooks II. As Osterreich will set the screen. Whalen goes right. Brooks II for 3. And it's no good. Winham with the ball for the Raiders. And Staziano with the ball now. Hands it back to Winham. And the Raider hits the floor. It'll be turnover by Moorpark. A traveling violation against Winham. And Caleb Whalen will bring the ball up the court for the Bulldogs. Goes left. This is it to Pierre Lewis. And they find Asleson for 3. No good. Yuna Kahula gets the board. Dishes up to Winham. And Condra will work against Asleson. He's not getting anywhere. And Brooks II will get the steal. Brooks II takes it all the way to the rim. And it'll be Moorpark basketball as Whalen tries to save it. Bulldogs trail by 9, 24-15 against the Raiders at home. We'd like to take this time to recognize a few of our generous corporate sponsors for the community. Thank you to Community Bank of Santa Maria, Home Motors Chevrolet, Oxford Suites at Pismo, and American Star Trailways. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College athletics. As the ref has a conference with both head coaches, Coach I and Coach Higgins, and we're back into the action. Staziano with the ball now. Brooks is second with another steal, but he'll step out of bounds. And it'll be Moorpark basketball. As Chin will check in for Condra. And Cogbera will check in for Osterreich. .805 to play in the first half. Refs confer again. Yes, there was a foul against Whalen. I didn't see one. 16 foul for the Bulldogs as Chase will come in for Whalen. Staziano will inbound for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Winham. They hand it back to Staziano. Bounce pass to Chin. And nowhere to go as Cogbera is there. Pierre Lewis pushes the pace. And spin move, he'll get called for the traveling call. Pierre Lewis leading the Bulldogs this season with 16 clicks a game, 12 boards, and 5 assists. We'll take a timeout from Allen Hancock College. You're listening to men's basketball, Allen Hancock College athletics. We're back for men's basketball at Allen Hancock College. Bulldogs host the Moorpark Raiders tonight. Staziano inbounds to Winham. Staziano going against Pierre Lewis. Pierre Lewis with the steal. He was determined to get that rock, and he takes it in for the dunk! What a turn of events. Gets the bench on their feet, and Bulldogs cut the deficit to 7. Could be the offensive spark they need. And Lopez for 3, and he hits it. Tim Lopez, a 5'11 guard from Chatsworth High School. Bulldogs 17, Raiders 27. And Chase will go inside. It's blocked by Unikahula. And Moorpark will push the tempo. Winham goes inside. And Aslison almost comes down with the board. Chin's on the ground. Aslis is on the ground. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring the Raiders. As Quincy Bentley will check in. Aslison will go to the bench. 6:34 to go in the first half. And Lopez will be the inbounder for Moorpark. Get it to Benny Sheck. And Brooks the second gets the steal. Tries to get it up to Cogbera, but he wasn't looking. And Windham will shoot the three. And it'll be Bulldog basketball. On the floor for the Bulldogs, Pierre Lewis, Brooks the second, Chase, Bentley, and Cogbera. Pierre Lewis with the ball now, spin move in the post, puts it up and in. It rolls out. And Benny Sheck with the ball now. And he'll get it behind the block from Cogbera, who made a great defensive effort on that play after falling on the previous play. And Cogbera for three. Off the front iron. Chin will get the board. And Benny Sheck has the ball for the Raiders now. Chin goes inside. Cogbera pokes at it, forces the steal. Brooks the second pushes it. Gets it to Cogbera. They find Bentley in the corner for three. And he gets the roll. Putting his team within 7 now. Quincy Bentley. Raiders 27, Bulldogs 20. 5 minutes to go in the first half. As Aslison will go to the scorer's table. Pierre Lewis steals it from Windham. And unfortunately doesn't convert the field goal. And Windham will shoot the three. Pierre Lewis up to Bentley. Bentley under the basket, puts it up, no good. And Moorpark's ball now. Chin will go against Pierre Lewis and hit the floor. That'll be Pierre Lewis's first foul of the contest. 7th team foul as Chin will go to the line. He'll shoot a 1-and-1. And he'll miss the first one. In comes Osterreich and Aslison for Cogbera and Pierre Lewis. Chin misses both free throws. Osterreich gets the board. And Brooks the second will bring the ball up the court. Chase with the ball now to Bentley for three. Aslison gets the board. Brooks the second will do the turnaround jumper. It's no good. And Stasiano will get the board up to Benny Sheck. Chin with the ball now. And the refs call a foul. We'll see who it's on momentarily. That'll be on Osterreich, his first personal, 8th team foul. And Chin will net the first free throw. He'll miss the second. Bentley gets the board. Brooks the second over half court. Gets it to Chase. Bentley dribbling. Inside to Osterreich. Puts it up and gets the buckets. Nice post move by Osterreich. He'll go to the line for an and one. That'll be Caleb Chin's first personal. Fourth team foul for the Raiders. And Osterreich will convert. In comes Pierre Lewis for Osterreich. Bulldogs within 5. Benny Sheck will bring the ball over half court for the Raiders. They go inside, but Chase is there to stop it and get the board. There was nothing there for Condra. Chase tries to go coast to coast, but he's met by Stasiano. And it's Raiders basketball now. Benny Sheck falls, and he'll get called for the travel. Pierre Lewis to inbound for Allen Hancock. Bentley, Chase, Aslison, and Brooks II join him on the court. Bulldogs 23, Moorpark 28. 3 to play in the first half. Brooks' second turnaround jumper, and it's nothing but nets. Bulldogs within 3 now. Shin has the ball. He loses control. Brooks' second gets it, pushes the tempo. Gets it to Pierre Lewis. Bentley for 3, and he hits it. Quincy Bentley to tie it up, and his teammates love it. 28-28, 2:28 to play in the first half. And Pierre Lewis gets the missed 3 from Condra. Bulldogs can take the lead here. Finds Chase with the jumper. Off the front iron, off the back iron, and Chin gets the board. Benny Sheck pats his head and calls the play over to Lopez. Benny Sheck inside the 3-point line, and it's good. That was just a 2-pointer, the ref signals. As Darrell Brooks' second's over half court. Pierre Lewis calls for it, and it's going to be an offensive foul. It'll be Aslison's first foul. As Moorpark will inbound. Benny Sheck has the ball. Bounce pass to Stasiano. They go inside to Condra. And the refs will call a foul. That'll be Vondre Chase's second foul. In the double bonus now, Chin will go to the line to shoot 2. And he'll net the first one. As Cogbera will check in for Aslison. 1:27 to go in the first half. Bulldogs at 1 point this half, trailed by 10. They cut that to 3 as Cogbera grabs the missed free throw. And Darrell Brooks' second will bring it over half court. Pierre Lewis for 3. Off the backboard, no good. Up to Condra, and he'll miss the free throw. As it looks like it's going to be a foul against Pierre Lewis on the defensive stop. And Condra will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Condra misses the first one. Raiders 31, Bulldogs 28, 1:09 left on the clock. He misses them both. Ball never lies, folks. As we got just a minute left in this first half of action. Brooks II calls the play, gets the screen from Cogbera. He's underneath the basket. And Brooks II for 3, off the iron, no good. And Moorpark up to Winham, and he'll get the bucket. Chase with the ball now. Behind the back, Cogbera recovers. Pierre Lewis. And there'll be a turnover by the Bulldogs. Moorpark basketball. As Asleson will check in for Pierre Lewis. Coach I making sure he doesn't pick up another foul before the end of the first half, as he already has 2. And Winham will have the ball for the Raiders. He'll dribble it out for the final shot of the half. They get it to Chin. Chin loses control against Cogbera. And Cogbera is like an impenetrable wall. You really can't get past him. And Bulldogs will have 7 seconds left in this half for a final shot. And Coach I will recognize that, bringing back in Pierre Lewis and Osterreich. Pierre Lewis will be the inbounder. Brooks II, Bentley, Osterreich, Chase, and Pierre Lewis on the floor. Coach Keith Higgins from Moorpark will take a timeout to set up his defense. Coach I will set up his offense, and we'll be back for the final shot of the first half. You're listening to Allen Hancock College basketball, Allen Hancock College athletics. We're back, folks, for the final 7 seconds of the first half. Allen Hancock College hosting the Moorpark College Raiders. Hancock 6-2 in the Western State Conference. Raiders 6-3. Bulldogs controlling their destiny as the Raiders get a turnover. And it'll be Calhoun who gets the final field goal of the first half. Bulldogs will go into the locker room down 7. We'll be back for the second half. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. Folks, we are back for the second half of Allen Hancock College men's basketball as the Bulldogs trail the Moorpark Raiders by 7 at home. And it'll be a traveling violation against the Bulldogs. On the floor for the Bulldogs is Osterreich, Whalen, Chase, Bentley, and Pierre Lewis. Winham with the ball now for the Raiders. Bounce pass to Benishek. Puts it up and in underneath the basket. As Whalen will be the ball carrier for the Bulldogs. Finds Chase in the corner. Bounce pass to Pierre Lewis. Back to Whalen for three. Off the front iron, Pierre Lewis gets the board. And ball is off the foot of Andre Chase. Moorpark basketball. Bounce pass to Chin. He swings it to Winham, who finds Benishek for three. And no good. Bentley will get the board. Whalen with the ball now. Goes left. And it'll be an offensive foul. Moorpark basketball. As Coach I will bring Brooks the second in. Chin will inbound to Benishek. And Benishek hands it to Windham. And he'll get the jumper. Bulldogs trail by 11. Brooks the second with the ball now. He's looking to pass, bounce pass to Osterreich in the post. And he'll put it up and in for the layup. Colin Osterreich puts his team on the board in the second half, and the Bulldogs now trail by 9. Chin with the ball in the post. And 2 field goal attempts, no good. Stasiano gets the ball, and Benishek will go inside and draw the contact. It'll be Chase's third personal, as Benishek will go to the line to shoot 2. And he'll convert the first, as Aslison will check in for Vondre Chase. And Benishek misses the second. Moorpark 40, Bulldogs 30, 17:30 to go in the second half. They go inside to Osterreich. Brooks the second underneath the basket. They swing it to Bentley. Back inside to Osterreich. Little hook shot, no good. Brooks the second gets the board. And Pierre Lewis underneath the basket, up and in. And the refs will say it's a shot clock violation. It doesn't count. Still a 10-point game. Moorpark up by 10. 17 minutes to go. Stasiano with the ball. Him and Benishek are playing catch. Stasiano for 3, and it's good. Aslison will inbound to Brooks the second. as Cogbera is at the scorer's table waiting to check in. They get it to Pierre Lewis, who finds Bentley for 3, and it rolls out. Condra will get the board for the Raiders as Wyndham has the ball now. And they'll finally get it to Benishek. Top of the three-point line, going against Bentley. They find Chin, who makes his way inside, but Ostrike is there. No contact, but the ref calls a foul anyway. It'll be Ostrike's second personal, third team foul for the Bulldogs. And Chin will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He'll sink the first, as Cogbera will check in for Osterreich. And he'll make the second. Raiders 45, Bulldogs 30. Bounce pass to Bentley from Brooks to second. Pierre Lewis calling for it. Inside to Cogbera working against Chin. And he'll draw the foul. That'll be Chin's second personal foul. First team foul for the Raiders. And Cogbera nets the first one. And he'll make them both. Moorpark with the ball now. Wyndham over half court. He'll go against Bentley. Dribbles left all the way to the basket and gets it in. Jeremiah Wyndham, 6'1" freshman guard from Grant High School, leading the Raiders in scoring this season with 13 points a game and just over 8 rebounds a game. As Moorpark gets a turnover, Benny Sheck will miss the field goal. Brooks II gets the board. Brooks II for 3. No good. Cogbera with the putback. And you got to love that second attempt effort by Cogbera. Just what the Bulldogs need to get back into this game. As Cogbera will wrap up with Staziano. Force the jump ball. And Moorpark will have the ball. Staziano will inbound. Bounce pass to Wyndham. He shoots the jumper from the free throw line and sinks it. Moorpark 49, Bulldogs 34, with 14:40 to go in the contest. Brooks II dribbles, shoots it. Cogbera with the putback. And an opportunity for the and one. That'll be Jack Benishek's third personal foul. And Cogbera will go to the line for a three-point opportunity. And free throw rattles in and out. Moorpark gets the board. Wyndham with the ball, top of the three-point line. Swings it to Benishek. They go inside to Condra, and he'll get the bucket. Bulldogs trail by 15, 36-51. Pierre Lewis inside for the dunk. And Wyndham with the ball for the Raiders now. Gets it to Benishek. And he'll go all the way to the hole and take it in. And Whalen is over half court. Asleson in the corner. And Bentley with the ball now. Dishes it to Cogbera. And left-handed layup, no good. Wyndham with the ball now for the Raiders. Finds Condra for three. And Cogbera will get the board. No look pass to Asleson. Bounce pass. And ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog basketball. As Vondre Chase will check in for Bentley. And Pierre Lewis will be the inbounder. Gets it to Chase. They get it to Whalen. Bounce pass from Whalen inside to Pierre Lewis. He'll draw contact and go to the line. That'll be Stasiano's first personal, third team foul for the Raiders. And Pierre Lewis will miss the first free throw attempt. And he'll sink the second one. Timeout Hancock. Moorpark leads on the road versus Allen Hancock. Bulldogs 39, Moorpark 53. We'll be back for more basketball momentarily. We're back from Allen Hancock College Joe White Memorial Gymnasium as the Bulldogs host the Moorpark College Raiders and trail here at home by 14. Moorpark will have to take it out again after the ball goes off of Asleson's foot. As the refs will ask for the shot clock to be reset. Stasiano to inbound. Inbounds it to Benishek. Full court press now from the Bulldogs. And Stasiano will go against Cogbera. Gets it to Benishek. Back to Stasiano, top of the three-point line. Bounce pass to Wyndham. Chin's underneath the basket, and he'll get the layup. As Whalen's over half court, gets it to Pierre Lewis. And Whalen will shoot the three, and it's good. Nice three from Caleb Whalen. And the Bulldogs are within 12 now. Whalen goes for the steal, but Moorpark still has it. Staziano, and it was blocked by Cogbera, getting over there on defense. No-look pass from Pierre Lewis to Chase. And the Bulldogs are on a 5-0 run. Within 11 now. As Benishek goes up to Condra, and he'll put it up and in. Cogbera with the ball, finds Aslison in the corner for three, and he sinks it. Zachary Aslison puts his team within 10. 11 to go in the game. As Wyndham is in the corner. Back to Condra. Inside to Staziano, and he gets the bucket underneath the basket. We'll have a timeout now, folks. We'll be back for the final 10 minutes and 55 seconds from Joe White Memorial Gymnasium. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back from Allen Hancock College. I'm Ernesto Casillas, joined by my executive producer, Saad. Stay tuned as he will play on the men's team next season for Coach I. As the refs will call something. Not sure exactly what it is. Foul will go against Moorpark Raider Caleb Chin, his third personal. Fourth team foul for the Raiders. As Chase inbounds it to Ostrike. They find Whalen. He goes left. Bounce pass to Brooks the second. They go inside to Pierre Lewis. And turnaround jumper is no good. It's Moorpark basketball. Moorpark 59, Bulldogs 47 with 10:24 to go in the second half. Wyndham loses control. Staziano finds Benishek. And Bulldogs in a full court press now. Benishek top of the three-point line. Staziano for three. And he gets a very, very lucky double roll to make the three-pointer. Bulldog deficit back up to 15. Pierre Lewis with the ball. Goes right. And takes it to the rim. No good. And Condra for three for Moorpark. Pierre Lewis will get the ball. And the foul will go against Benishek. That'll be Jack Benishek's fourth personal. As Bentley and Cogbera will check in for the Bulldogs. Moorpark 62, Bulldogs 47. And we're more than halfway through the second half now, folks. Pierre Lewis with the ball, bounce pass from Brooks to second. They go inside to Cogbera, pass to Chase. He loses control, Moorpark recovers. And Staziano will get the bucket. And Pierre Lewis will get the ball now. Takes it to the hole and gets the bucket. Bulldogs back within 15 now. As Wyndham has the ball, he'll go against Bentley. Shoots the three, no good. Pierre Lewis gets the board. Working against a couple black shirts inside. And he'll get a chance for a three-point opportunity. Back-to-back field goals for Pierre Lewis. From Lorain High School in Lorain, Ohio. Aslison will check in for Chase. And Pierre Lewis nets it, converts the three-point opportunity. Whalen is in for Brooks the second. Bulldogs within 12 now. Moorpark 64, Allen Hancock 52. 8:27 to go in the game. As Condra finds Staziano top of the three-point line, and it's good. Bulldog deficit back to 15 as Pierre Lewis has the ball. Crossover and Bulldog turnover. And the long-range three-pointer from Dante Calhoun is good. Back-to-back three-pointers from Moorpark. And they're up by 18 on the road versus Hancock. Be an offensive foul against Cogbera. That'll be his third personal. As the Raiders have the ball now. And Condra was working against Pierre Lewis and will draw the contact. That'll be Pierre Lewis's third personal, 15 foul for the Bulldogs. As Chase will check in for Pierre Lewis. And Wyndham with the ball for Moorpark. Bounce pass to Calhoun. Get it back to Wyndham, top of the three-point line. Staziano going inside, loses control. Cogbera recovers, and he gets it to Whalen. Cogbera inside, bounce pass to Aslison. A nice pass from Cogbera to get Aslison wide open for the bucket. And it'll be a foul against Vondre Chase. That'll be Chase's 4th personal, and Brooks' second will check in for him. Bulldogs trail by 16 at home, 70-54, as they try to trap the Raiders. And Cogbera gets the steal. Will take it all the way up and under to the basket. No good. Staziano will get the board. That'll be Cogbara's 4th foul. And Staziano will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He'll net the first. He gets a second. Cogbera will inbound. Whalen will call the play. Dribbles inside, takes it up for the layup, and it's good. Bulldogs within 16. Get the steal. Bentley with the ball. And he'll draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. That'll be Calhoun's first personal, as Bentley will go to the line to shoot 2. And Cogbera's underneath to get it and draws the foul. It'll be Unala Kalhai's first foul, as Cogbera nets his first free throw. Chin will check back in for Unanakala. And Cogbera will net the second one. Puts his team within 14 now. Raiders 72, Bulldogs 58, as Osterreich will check in for Cogbera. And Wyndham with the ball now for the Raiders. Gets it to Benishek. They go inside to Chin. And Bentley almost gets the steal, but Condra gets it. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for Moorpark, as Benishek will take it to the rim and up and in. Whalen with the ball now. Bounce pass to Brooks' second. Asleson goes to the rim. And no good. Moorpark gets the ball. As that'll be the 4th foul on Whalen and the 8th team foul for the Bulldogs. And Wyndham will go to the line and convert the first free throw. Pierre Lewis checks in for Osterreich. And Wyndham sinks the second. Moorpark 76, Bulldogs 58. Just over 5 minutes left in the game. Bounce pass to Pierre Lewis from Whalen. He finds Aslison under the basket, no good. And Moorpark has the ball. Benishek with the ball, passes to Chin in the corner. He'll take it all the way to the rim and misses. Pierre Lewis going to the rim now against Wyndham, and he converts. We'll take a timeout, folks. Moorpark 76, Bulldogs 60, 4:37 left in the game. We'll be back for more Bulldog basketball. We're back, folks, for Allen Hancock College men's basketball as they host the Moorpark Raiders in a Western State Conference showdown. Raiders leading 76-60 with 4:30 to go. Be sure to join us at Raising Cane's after the game. Place your order before 10 p.m. and mention Coaches versus Cancer to have 15% of your order donated to the Mission Hope Cancer Center. Pierre Lewis on a fast break, takes it all the way to the rim. Ball gets stuck. And it'll be Bulldog basketball. On the floor for the Bulldogs, Aslison, Brooks II, Bentley, Whalen, and Pierre Lewis. Brooks II is the inbounder. Whalen to Bentley. Bentley goes left. Jumper no good. And Condra will get the board. Benishek up the court for the Raiders. He'll call the play. Back against Whalen. Gets the screen from Chin. Switches over to Aslison. Takes the jumper, no good. Pierre Lewis with the rebound. Pushes it up to Brooks II. And Bulldogs turn it over. It'll be Moorpark basketball. As Cogbera will check in for Brooks II. 3:27 left in the game. Stasiano to Benishek. Up to Wyndham. And it'll be a traveling violation against Stasiano. 3:14 left in the game. Pierre Lewis will inbound. And Whalen will bring the ball up the court. Goes left. Jumper is no good. Cogbera recovers. And Cogbera's second attempt is good. As there'll be a foul against Hancock. We'll be back after these messages. We're back as Cogbera is fouled out of the game, and Wyndham will go to the line for the free throws. He'll miss the first. Chase will get the board. Pierre Lewis up to Whalen for three. And Condra will get the ball. Staniazzo up to Chin. And Benny Sheck will be at the top of the three-point line. More like the logo. He'll take it to the rim against Aslason and will draw the contact. It'll be Aslason's second foul. As Benishek will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He'll net the first one. And he'll net the second one. 2:20 left in the contest. Moorpark 78, Bulldogs 62. Whalen gets it to Pierre Lewis. Crossover goes left, he's inside. Chase with the ball now, gets it to Aslason. And Aslason's little floater is good. Coach I will call a timeout. We'll be back for the rest of Allen Hancock College men's basketball. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back from Allen Hancock College for the final 2 minutes and 2 seconds of this contest. Bulldogs hosting the Moorpark College Raiders. And Raiders up by 14. Wyndham with the ball now. Gets it to Benny Sheck. Benny Sheck jumper, no good. Aslason gets the board. Pierre Lewis with the ball. Takes it to the rim and puts his own attempt back in the basket. Foul on Hancock. And now Whalen will foul out of the contest. And Coach I will call for Brooks the second to replace Whalen. As Benishek will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He'll miss the first. Bulldogs still within 12, a minute 20 to left in the game. And he'll miss both. Aslison tips the ball to Pierre Lewis. He's over half court. Aslison for 3, and he nets it. Zachary Aslison giving his team a ray of hope. And we'll take a timeout, folks. We'll be back for the final 70 seconds of the contest. You're listening to Allen Hancock College men's basketball. We're back from Allen Hancock College, folks, as the Bulldogs have gotten within 9 points now, 70 seconds left. Stasiano inbounds to Wyndham. Benishek with the ball now. As a foul will go against Allen Hancock. And that'll go against Quincy Bentley, his first personal. And Benishek will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Nets the first. Lead back up to 10 for Moorpark. And he'll net the second. Pierre Lewis inbounds to Brooks the second. Pierre Lewis with the ball now, back to Bentley. He'll take it to the rim. Aslison recovers. Brooks the second gets the tip. As Bentley will foul Benishek. Moorpark 80. Allen Hancock 71 as Benishek will go back to the line for 2 free throws. And Benishek will make the first. And he'll net the second. Pierre Lewis inbounds to Aslison. He'll take it to the rim. And a nice little hook shot from Aslison will put the Bulldogs back within 9. And Bentley will make the foul. As Benishek will go back to the line. That'll be Bentley's 3rd personal. And he'll net the first one. Raiders back up by 10, 83-73 with 30 seconds left in the game. And he'll net the second one. Aslison inbounds to Brooks the second. He's over half court. Finds Chase for three. Off the back iron. And Moorpark will recover. Wyndham with the ball. Bounce pass to Chin. And Brooks the second will foul Condra, who will go to the line to shoot two. And Condra will sink the first free throw. And he'll make the second. And the Bulldogs will get the opportunity for the final shot of the contest. And Moorpark comes to Allen Hancock and wins 86-73. Bulldogs will go 16-9 on the season and 6-3 in the Western State Conference. Be sure to check out the Bulldogs next on February 11th at LA Pierce. That game is at 7 p.m. And then on February 15th at Santa Barbara City College at 7 p.m. And for the final home game of the season here against Ventura College on the 17th at 7 p.m. I'm Ernesto Casillas, joined by my executive producer, Syed, of the men's basketball team. We'll be back with you for Ventura, and go Dogs.